Good afternoon, everyone. Present here. I would like to thank School Reformer for such a great platform and inviting me on this platform to present my views. Now, I am Mansi Chauhan. I am a PGT Commerce Education professional. I'm also pursuing my PhD in management from Galgottias University. I've been into the education industry from past 2 years. And with these 2 years of my experience, I got to interact with the students a lot. Now, based on those interactions, I generally tend to ask students like what they wanted to become in future or what are their interests of studies they would like to pursue in future. And whatever answers I got were related to like they want to explore more about the laws, the astronomy, the agriculture sector, the engineering sector, the management sector, marketing sector, or the AI, which is nowadays quite becoming popular. So they want to explore in various fields. But to my amaze, I rarely found students who want to pursue BEd or want to study education in their further studies. So this brings us to our today's topic, which is BEd Beyond Teaching, exploring the corporate opportunities which comes with the BEd degree. Now, whenever I ask students that why they are not interested in pursuing education as a career opportunity or studying education in detail after their schoolings as their higher education, they always tell me that, ma'am, BEd, after BEd, we only have two opportunities of career. One is in a schooling line as a teacher, one is in institutions or colleges being as a professor. But they don't know what BEd degree can actually give them, what other opportunities they have with them. So before moving ahead with those opportunities, I would like to discuss why students avoid teaching or basically they avoid going into this sector or having education as their study the main focus of study. So the basic reason which I just told you was that they only found two opportunities after doing BEd, either in schools, either in colleges. Other options could be like there is low pay in the schools, like everyone don't get a government job. So they have to work with the private schools or private institutions. So there is low paying jobs or there is a low pay there and the job security is also not very good. Other than that, the students believe that the teaching is one profession which requires a lot and lot of efforts, but in return, they do not get uh, a good return out of that, or they do not get good growth, career growth, as we say, in return. It's a very stagnant job, they believe that once you are into the school, you just have to come to the school on the daily basis, revise the curriculum or the syllabus, the same pattern year by year, and there is no career growth, they believe. And there is also the societal prestige associated with teaching, which has diminished nowadays. Everyone believes that every parent also want their student to excel in their career. They don't want that they go into the teaching line and they don't get paid for what they have, done till now. Because in teaching also you have to know a subject expertise. You have to know about the education system and everything, and you are not getting paid for that. So the reason here comes is why the students are not knowing about the career prospects which they have apart from teaching, apart from the classrooms after having a BEd degree. So let's quickly delve into the corporate roles that a BEd graduates can have. The very first role is the corporate trainer. Now, after BEd, one can teach at schools and universities, but they also have other opportunity of becoming a trainer in a corporate settings. Nowadays, the companies are also hiring the trainers in order to help their employees. It's kind of an on the job training which the companies are providing to the employees for their better communication, better job specific competencies, better leadership, better networking, etc. So corporate trainer should be a one having a B.Ed degree. Why B.Ed degree? Because they would be the person who would be more, more good in teaching things. They would be more in communication. They would be more in every aspect. Then the second role comes to be a subject matter expert. Now, what a subject matter expert would do, you would do B.Ed in a particular subject. So that is your subject expertise. You know very much about that particular subject. As a subject matter expert or as an SME, what you will do is you will create the content of that particular subject. Say you are a commerce student, say you are a student who is very good in Hindi or English, or you know very well about the social studies, you know very well about the geography, the polity, the history of India and of the world. So you would be the correct person to develop the content which would be friendly to our students, which would be innovative, which would include a lot of activities as now NEP and NCF are already focusing on learning by doing, experiential learning, and activity learning. So subject matter expert will create the content, will create the curriculum developments, and also will help the corporate trainers by forming their training sessions on a particular subject matter. Then comes content developer and instructional designer. Now, the basic difference between a subject matter expert and a content developer is the subject. In a subject matter expert, you will focus particularly on a particular subject in which you are, creating the content or doing the curricular development and everything. But a content developer and instructional designer in somewhat general will work with all the subjects and will have a little higher level of expertise because they would be responsible for creating the goals, the learning goals as well, the curriculum goals as well, and they also works for the schools also. Nowadays, various schools are also, hiring the content developers or, instructional designers because every school wants that their children would not only just get the knowledge from the books, but also they should know how to convert those knowledges into the practical world and how they can use their skills in real life situations. So for that, experiential learning is very important, and not everybody, can make a curriculum which is full of theory, full of practicality, and which would challenge the students to learn more. Only a B.Ed graduate, only a person who has studied education, who knows what is Bloom's taxonomy, how we follow that taxonomy while creating the curriculum, what all things should be required while we have to connect with the students, while we have to maintain their level of understanding, the age groups we study, the B.Ed graduates study that what content should be preferable to which age group and how they can connect it and how they can form those things. So content developer and instructional designer. Then comes online educator. Now, all due to COVID, online education has, become very, very important nowadays because most of the students are opting for online education rather than going for a regular one because there is so much of ease there, there is so much of flexibility there. So there is also one of the options that B.Ed graduates can go for, and trust me, there is a lot number of opportunities available there for the B.Ed grads which have good expertise with the computers, with the softwares, because nowadays it's all about working on Zoom, working on Google Meet. If the schools are going on off due to pollution, like in Delhi, it happens a lot in in winter times due to pollution the school is off, due to any other reason the school is off. So schools generally go on to the online mode. So anyhow, online educator also is a very good opportunity for the students to pursue after BEd. And there are various corporate offices or edtech companies also which are hiring online educators. Just example, PW. PW is the best example which is hiring for online educators, and they provide very, very good salaries and competitive salaries to the BEd grads. And there is also career growth also. You are also making your, image, your online image as an educator. And as more and more students are studying from you, more and more people are knowing you, and you can have a career growth from them. So it's not just you are just focusing on your career growth, but you are also focusing on other people or the students, and you are also helping them to grow. So BEd or education degree is something which will not only help you in your career, but also transform the education sector or transform the life of the youth in general. Coming to the next, we have admission counselors. Now, nowadays, each and every university in India has and have a admission counselor, because nowadays students, everything is available on web. Everything is there on internet. You just go to the website, you search. But the actual proceeding, the actual in-depth conversation which you can have with the university, with the institution, that what are their courses, how they proceed, is EMI available? These things are not generally available on the websites. These things are generally not available on the internet, if you find. So the admission counselor is a person who helps the student in their proper flow of the admission processes. They help them to understand what institution gives them, what is the program about, what activities they conduct. So this is also a good opportunity. And admission counselor role also, they're hiring BEd grads. Why BEd grads? Because they know how the education works. They know how the system works. They know each and everything. If there is a notification by NCF, if there is a notification by our Ministry of Education, these things are implemented by institutions, by colleges, and a BEd grad would know how and when these would affect the organization or the institution. Then education consultant. Now, education consultants are not only hired by the schools or the individuals, but corporations also hire the education consultant. Now, what corporations I'm talking about, or the institutions I'm talking about, these are the edtech sectors. Edtech sectors means the organizations which are working in the education technology, which are working in the education department. They hire education consultants, and they seek advice from them regarding how they can improve the curriculum, how they can train their teachers, how they can train their employees as well for their enhanced learning outcomes and everything. So education counselors are hired by schools also, by corporations also, and individual basis also. You can get in touch with the education consultant in order to have your career prospect and career guidance clear. Then comes research associate. Now, this is a very, the profile is very, very good for the PhD candidates, but BEd graduates are also getting hired on these research associates profile. Why? Because nowadays the BEd curriculum is so much vast and it is so much good that somewhat somewhat about the research and aptitude and how to conduct and what are the methods are being taught to the BEd graduates. And companies are hiring BEd graduates in the research associate field, because they know that they have been taught and they have been actually made them available about the researches and how to conduct, how to analyze and everything. So research associate is also a good opportunity for the BEd grads to pursue after they complete their what say their degree, their education degree. Then comes the soft skill trainer. Now, soft skill trainer is one profession which is nowadays gaining a very, very popularity among the, among this corporate sector. Why? Because we are talking about the education wherein the students have to be good in everything. They have to learn, they have to have the experiential learning, they have to have activities and everything. So, why we are training students? Because to transform them into someone that when they go out on their own in the world, in this dynamic world, they know how to deal with problems. They know how to solve these problems. We are not making them a person to just rot the things, the rot memorization kind of a thing, give the exams, pass, and have a degree. No, we are actually making them a professional, working professional, ready personnel who have the expertise in each and everything. So these things have come nowadays. But what about the students who have cleared their uh, education or they have done their education in the earlier years? These things have been new to the system now. These were not there earlier. So soft skill trainer generally provides the training to the person for developing their interpersonal skills, like how to communicate, how to properly greet someone, what are the formal communication manners, then how to solve a particular problem, what is the emotional intelligence, that how to deal with your emotions and how to be empathetic rather than being sympathetic in certain situations. So these are the things that a soft skill trainer will do. And do you think a person who do not have any background about education, who don't know anything about education, would be able to fit in this particular job profile? I would believe no. The very best person who would be hired for such job, for such crucial part of the job, would be the B.Ed graduates who know that how these things are important, who has been trained to teach, who has been trained to, communicate with people. So this brings us to our next point of discussion, which is the values that teaching skills bring into the corporate sectors. Now, you would think that why all these profiles would require a B.Ed graduate. B.Ed graduate is someone similar to a other graduate person, but I would say no. Only a B.Ed degree is a one degree which requires the practical training and which has done a compulsion practical training for the students while you are pursuing the degree. There is 40 weeks compulsory internship training that they have to go through. So they are not just understanding and reading about education in whole, but also they are practicing their understanding into their internships. So the value teaching is providing to these corporates were, I have listed four here: the communication, leadership, problem solving, and organization. But I believe there are very, very much more values that are teaching skills that the B.Ed graduate is getting from a B.Ed degree. They're getting to know about the education for sure. They're getting to know about how the system of the education works, how the policies work, how they impact the youth, how they impact the education system. But apart from that, they're also getting these skills because, when I was doing my B.Ed, we have to manage everything. There is so much on our plate that we have to do within the stipulated time period. We have to maintain our portfolios. We have to maintain our lesson plan diary. We have to go for micro teaching. On the top of that, we have to go for the internships. We have to work on the field. And then don't forget, we have our exams also. We have to study also. So what are we doing? We are preparing a person to excel in any field with soft skills, with these skills: the time management, the organization, creativity, thinking out of the box, because we have to create the TLMs also. These are the skills, these are imbibed in a B.Ed graduate, and corporates are wanting such, the persons who have these skills and who can help their company to grow, who can help their organization to achieve a particular limit. So these are the value that teaching skills are generally helping in the corporate settings, because there is competition in the environment. Every company is competing with the other company, so they need a valuable human resource in order to have their edge in a market. So they are asking for B.Ed graduates because of so much value they would bring to their company. So what we as educators should do, since we are already in the education department and we are already into this theme wherein we have our daily interaction with the students, we tend to have a lot of students in our contact. We should encourage them to study education, to actually enter into this B.Ed degree and know more about how education works, what is the past of our education, how it has evolved so much, and what are the things that we need to know. And B.Ed is not just a career, to for you, but it will also help to transform the education sector in general. So we have to encourage the students to see the teaching skills are the versatile and very valuable in the variety of fields, not just in teaching field, but it requires in almost each and every field that the values teaching is giving us. There is rapid growth of the sectors like edtech sectors, the curriculum development sectors, corporate training sectors. So students should not fear that they will not have any opportunity after B.Ed. There is a vast number of opportunity after B.Ed, and I would believe it is the only degree which would provide you access to each and every department across the globe. In conclusion, and concluding my talk today, I would say that a B.Ed degree just doesn't open doors to the classroom, but it opens the doors to the boardrooms as well, training centers as well, and digital learning platforms as well. Nowadays, teaching is not seen just limited or a traditional role, but it offers a limitless potential to us. It is more just than a profession. It is a skill that not will only shape you as an individual, but also you will shape the skills of more and more youth in the future. And in the end, I would say that success begins here. It begins with a B.Ed degree. So thank you. And I
Great,
hope I
great
am
presentation.
managed to.
Yes, it's a very nice quote to end with. And if you can stop sharing your screen.
So should I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay.
So, Ms. Mansi, some questions from my side and a couple of I have received on my WhatsApp from the previous speakers since it's an interesting topic. So
Okay.
the questions are repetitive, but like if you can, share more information or throw more light on those. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, what are the top three skills teachers can develop to increase their chances of success in corporate roles?
The top three skills, I would say the first one is the communication, because a teacher, when we go into the B.Ed sector and when we are actually pursuing our B.Ed degree, the very most thing which we as a student, being a B.Ed graduate, develop is the communication skills. If we are not good in communication, we are not able to communicate with our, students. So this will not only help in our teaching career, but also in our corporate career as well. Okay, if we are going for the corporate as well, you should know how to communicate with your seniors, with your colleagues. So the first and the foremost value that is the B.Ed degree is bringing into the corporate sector is, I would say, the communication. Then it is leadership, because now every person, every organization requires the leaders. They require the persons that can, take up the opportunity and take up the task on their own, and they can handle the team well. So leadership, so communication, leadership, and the third and the foremost skill that the teaching would bring is the time management, I would say. Because as I said that when we do our B.Ed degree, we have so much on the plate and we have to do everything within the time and within the tracks. So we as B.Ed graduates learn to manage time than no other student of other profession would have actually learned. And we learn it, on purpose. It's not that our teachers are teaching us that you have to manage your time. We have to manage our time in order to get a B.Ed degree because there is so much on the plate. So the top three skills that is very important in the corporate setting also, and we are getting it from the B.Ed degrees: communication, leadership, and time.
Yes, ma'am. Classroom experience also really help to outcome these real world business challenges, right? In the
Yes, very well.
So, ma'am, what common misconceptions or biases should teachers be prepared to overcome when transitioning to corporate sector?
The misconception is that in teaching we are so much of interacting with the students only, which are of the age bracket of 18 years. Okay, or if we are into the professions like institutions or colleges, they are like higher, but like 20, 21 age group. But when we move from like teaching in schools and colleges to corporate, we believe that we might not be able to, communicate well with the persons who is of our same age, maybe. But this
Mhm.
is a misconception because once you are good in communication, you can communicate with whosoever possible. So this is the underconfident that we believe teachers are. Then I would say that corporates, everyone see corporate as a 9 to 5 job, that it requires so much of working hours and so much of everything. But I would say nowadays, doesn't teaching require so much of hours involved in it? We are like going to schools from 8 to 2, and somewhat it is extended to 3 also if we have meetings, and we are coming home and we are making planning for another day and everything. So it's a job, it's a continuous job, in which if we switch to the corporate sector, there would also be the same kind of thing, but it's only in the psychological thing that it's a 9 to 5 job and now we are doing 8 to 2. How will we manage? It is actually not 6-hour bracket or something. So I would say that when you are transforming from the classroom to the corporate, it is actually somewhat same time which you would be investing into your career. And then career growths are also very good when you are switching. Okay. In teaching, you would say that I can manage my household also well with teaching, because I would be back home around 3 and 4, and in corporate it would take 6 to 7 in the night. So this is also a misconception. Very much, I am into this education sector from the past 2 years now, and when I see the work culture and everything, max to max you have working hours till 6, and some companies often give you a provision or have the working hours till 4 also, till 5 also. So this is also a misconception that you will not have much time left for your home also, or for
Yes,
your other works also. So these
right,
things are the misconception which I believe, if a teacher or if a person would actually make a step and move from the teaching sector to the corporate sector, there is a vast number of opportunities and career growth and everything which it would bring to us.
right. So we have discussed about the skills. So how can educators effectively highlight their skills in resumes, cover letters, or interviews in the transition?
Okay, yeah, in resumes and everything.
Mm.
Okay, so like nowadays, ATS is being followed in the company. Okay, now what ATS does is, ATS generally, when you see a job listing anywhere, they generally mention what are the skills they are looking for. Okay, so when there is a resume which a company gets, they generally go through ATS and they find those keywords only. So I would suggest that whenever you're applying for a particular organization, just go through the job description well, and whatever they are asking, you should mention them as your soft skills. Now, two types of skills are there. One is technical skills and one are soft skills. So whenever we are preparing our resume, we should mention both skills, our technical skills also and our soft skills also. Now, technical skills would be that you are a commerce graduate, you should know SAP or Tally. So you are entering that. Or you have some expertise in Microsoft and Canva designing, you would mention that in your technical skills. But in your soft skills, you should mention that you are a good communicator. You are a good creative. You are creative. You are innovative. Okay. You are assertive. So these things you should mention in your CV in order to get selected for a particular role. So soft skills is very important and a very new term which should be added in resumes nowadays.
Okay. Coming to the resources, ma'am, what resources or networks would you recommend for teachers considering a career transition?
Networks, I would say the best network is LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a very large amount of corporates, very large amount of hirers, and we have the employees also which who are seeking the job switch. So you can always have a LinkedIn profile, properly maintained LinkedIn profile where you would mention each and every thing which you have achieved till now. So LinkedIn is a platform where you can connect with the people. Another platform we can say it is not basically for connecting, but indeed Glassdoor are certain websites which would help to find the jobs basically. Apart from that, when you connect on LinkedIn, there are various communities of job holders, or there are various communities of a particular uh, what you would say edtech groups. So you can join those edtech groups and you can know that what all education industry is new and what is there and already there in the previous sector, already there in the market. Sorry, already there in the market, and what they can offer, and you can connect with those personals on day-to-day basis. So LinkedIn is the best platform to connect and to network. Other than that, when you are in schools also, you tend to connect with the industries for the practical exposure of the students. So that is also very good opportunity to connect with those personals and to know about them, that how they are working in those corporate sectors, how they are working, and what the company is offering. Is there any vacancies there for edtech students or for the grad students? So these are certain platforms where you can connect with the personals.
Okay. So, ma'am, in your view, what industries or companies are actively seeking teacher skill set?
Major company, as I said, PW. PW is highly seeking, personals for online education post, for SME post, as I have discussed that for content creation. Then there is other organizations like I can tell you about Noida and Delhi sites. There is Rafiki Solutions, which is very well known for their content creations and book marketing. Then we have Arihant Publications. These are also seeking B.Ed grads for their content development and everything. We have Jaro Education. Then we have various publications house, which are actively hiring B.Ed graduates only for their editing purpose, for their content creation purpose. Then we have a Bachpan School. Bachpan School
Mhm.
is also there in Delhi, which runs their schools franchises overall Delhi and NCR. They touch some parts of Noida also. So Bachpan School also hires B.Ed graduates for their content creation and for their development purposes. Then then, as I said, admission counselor is someone which each and every institution is hiring. So you can always and always go up to the institutions and ask for if they have any role for admission counselors.
Great, ma'am. So thanks a lot, Miss Mansi. Excellent information, and I'm sure the educators who are planning to for a career switch, they can definitely get benefited out of the talk. And
Yes.
thanks a lot for sharing your views and thoughts on our platform, ma'am, and the knowledge. Anything else you want to mention, Miss Mansi?
Yes, the one line I would like to add and end up this session is that we, as educators, can always switch from like teachers and classrooms to corporate sector. But nowadays, it is very important for our students also to know that there is a vast number of opportunities available after the B.Ed degree, and we, as educators, should pass on this information to our students as well, so they take up interest in education as a degree.
Great, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Thanks again. Have a great day. I'll stop the recording.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.